Happy Friday morning, family. This is Nettie with Simply Me Journey. Today is September 20th. It's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. Let me see what time it is. Hmm. Oh, it is. It's 9:57. I got some things to do today, but I also want to come and discuss something that's very serious, family, that happened to me yesterday. Um, so yesterday, about 1:50 exactly p.m., I got a phone call. I was on the phone with my aunt, and I said, Dana, let me call you back. I got a call from Wells Fargo. So the guy, I want to say he said his name was Juan something, uh, and he said he's calling from Wells Fargo fraud department, and he see that there's a transaction that was being made when someone's taking money from my account in Florida. I want to say he said Miami, Florida. And I'm like, no, I'm not in Miami. I'm in Louisiana right now. Okay, well, that sure is not you because you can't be in two places at one time. No, I cannot. So what's going on? Well, ma'am, do you have the app on your phone? Your banking app on your phone? I said, yeah, I do. He said, well, I need you to go into your account. And he said, we're going to make sure this person, we're going to get the police involved. We're going to make sure this person go to jail for whatever they do. That is what he told me. Well, guess what? El Paso, I pray you go to jail. Now let me get back with the story. This actually happened. They called me from a 1-800 number, 1-800-289-3557. This guy called me from this number yesterday. He said he's Wells Fargo. He's with Wells Fargo Fraud Department. I said, okay. So I was talking to him, so something said, go dial the number. So I went down the number they called me from my other phone. And the phone said, the number said Wells Fargo. So I said, okay. So he said, well, ma'am, look like someone trying to make transactions from Florida on your account in Florida, and we need to stop this. This is not you, then we need to stop these transactions. I said, okay, good. I said, well, I'm so glad y'all called me about that. Because Wells Fargo is good about calling you about transactions like that. They're good about that. They would do it. And so I proceed to go into my account, pull up my bank account on my cell phone, and he was asking me, confirming how much. He said, well, how much? He asked me how much money I had in my account. I told him, he said, okay, so your money. Well, let's make sure they didn't take any of your money. This is what we need to do. So he took me from, he said, go to wire transfer, took me there, and said, this is the step you need to take. So I had to put my name in there, my address, my the amount of money that someone's supposed to be taken from my account in there, and lo and behold, I was transferring my money to his account. That's what was actually going on. Not that somebody else was taking my money, but he was transferring my money to his account. So I found out about that at the end. So he's going through the process. Well, we're going to prosecute this person at the end of the call. Well, do you want to file a charge against this person? Yeah, I said, yeah, for sure. I want this person arrested. You're going to get arrested, El Paso. I want this person arrested. And so he took me step by step of what transactions that I need to take in order to get this money transferred to a Navy account, and then one transaction was going to a Wells Fargo account. I went from my savings account to my checking account, transferring money, giving somebody my money. Okay, so we go through all of this. I go through the transaction, I get the code, go back in, make sure you do your code, resend, yada yada yada. We're going through all of that stuff. He assured me that we're going to get my money back. My money's going to be, back on my account, yada, yada, yada. Bunch of lies. So my first thing was when I got the number, I looked at the number, call ID, and I dialed that number. The number did say Wells Fargo. So we go on through the process. But right at the end of the transaction for my savings account, trying to send my money to him, not realizing I got a call from Wells Fargo Bank. Got a call from them, and I noticed the call, the number, but I didn't because I was on the phone with him. I didn't answer the call, but something told me to dial the number back. So I went to my other cell phone and I dialed that number back, and it was Wells Fargo. So I was on the second account of my savings checking account, sending him money from my Wells Fargo account to his Wells Fargo, or whoever account it was going to. But the Wells Fargo had blocked me. They blocked me from even, because I was telling them, well, I can't get on. I said, something's going on, it's not allowing me to get on, and I did it several times. What is it saying? What is it saying? And I said, so when I dialed the second number, I think he heard me dialing that number and it ring to Wells Fargo. He hung up the phone. He actually hung up the phone on me. And I said, well, why did he hang up? But when I dialed that number back, because I got a phone here, I dialed that number back and called the people. She said, well, ma'am, we see that there's a transaction on your account, and we want to make sure this is you before we let the money go. And I said, what you mean? She said, yeah, money's being taken from your account, wired it to somebody else's account. I said, no, man. I said, man, I just got off the phone with one of your staff was telling me that somebody in Miami was trying to take my money and trying to take money from my accounts. She looked at it and I gave her information and said, I don't have my card because I'm waiting for a new card to come in, because last weekend when I was in Texas, somebody somewhere else was trying to take money from my account. The other weekend they did about 3 or 4 transactions, so that's why I'm ended up getting a new debit card. So the lady with Wells Fargo, she's telling me that no, what was going on, I was wiring money to somebody else's account. And she said they blocked it because there was an unusual transaction. Now that was the real Wells Fargo fraud department. Because this guy said he was with Wells Fargo fraud department because somebody was transferring money from, someone was trying to take money from my savings account and my checking account in Florida. And since you're not in Florida, we know this is not you, but we're going to have to stop this transaction. But these are the steps I need to take. And all along, I'm sending my money to his account. So with the lady with Wells Fargo, we went through the process. I told her everything that was going on. She said, hold on, let me make sure everything is blocked on this account so no money won't go out. I said, because ma'am, we were doing the second account the same way. Doing my savings the same way. She said, hold on. So they had already blocked the transaction because it looked fraud to them. That's the real Wells Fargo. That's why they called me, because the transaction, they had to make sure that I was making that transaction. And I said, yes, I was. I said, but this is the story. And I told her what the guy was doing. And I gave her that lady name. And she said, and she said that name back as if that was a familiar name. And but she didn't say anything else. So I'm like thinking to myself, wow. So family, hit the like, subscribe, and share. So this is what I want to tell you all. Although this guy called and said he's Wells Fargo fraud department, the phone number, because I gave the lady the phone number that he gave me, 1-800-289-3557. I said, this is the number they called from. She said, ma'am, she said, they got it set up where that you think you calling Wells Fargo. That's not a Wells Fargo number. She said the 3 middle numbers was different. The 289 was different. That's not their number, but 3557 is the part, and the 1-800 is a part of their Wells Fargo number. Because I looked at 357, I said, oh yeah, that is Wells Fargo. Because I had dialed that number before. At least I thought I did. So y'all be careful out there with people calling you, scamming you about someone trying to take your money. Hang up the phone. Tell them, let me have your name and number, and I'll call you back. Call the number back on your Wells Fargo card. Do not call that number back that he have. Don't call that number back. Call the number back on Wells Fargo card, on your card. Because I almost got scammed yesterday. I mean, I was just right at the edge of just giving them some money, okay? Both accounts. Not one, both accounts. My savings and my checking. So y'all be real careful with that. This guy knew every step to take. He knew every word to say. Even at the end of the call, we're going to prosecute this person. We're going to make sure they go to jail. Well, I hope you go to jail, buddy. I hope he goes to jail. I hope he go to prison for the rest of his life, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that he scammed. Because this guy strategically knew how to take me from page to page, from activity to activity, to get my money wired to him. He knew every step. He knew every step of the way. He was very patient with me, transferring my money to him. He was very patient with that. But thank God for Wells Fargo, real fraud department, they caught it. And they was not letting it go through without my approval. So I'm happy about that, because I almost lost some money yesterday. So y'all be careful with that with your bank. Someone calling saying they from your bank with the fraud department. Get their name, get their number, but call the number on the back of your card to make sure you are dealing with the real Wells Fargo. Like I said, the number that guy had on there that he called me from, it looked familiar, but it wasn't the correct number. So be watchful. Don't trust everybody that call you, say they're from somewhere. Just get the people name and number and let me call you back, and call what's on the card. Because like I say, it was such a easy process for him to take me through, to take my money, lying about somebody in Miami, Florida, with the Navy Bank or whatever, trying to take money from me, and he having me transfer my money from my account to his account. He did it. And on the second transaction, I was doing the savings account, the checking account, I got a call from Wells Fargo. And I looked at the number. I said, I didn't know who the number was, but I took my second phone and I dialed that number to see. I said, well, this is Wells Fargo. So I was telling the guy, I was still on the phone with the guy. I said, well, it's not letting me go into my account anymore. It has blocked me from going to my account. That guy hung up the phone. When he couldn't get that second amount, that money from that checking account, he hung up the phone. He hung it up. So, and I went on down to Wells Fargo, and I talked to what's the Wells Fargo fraud department. I talked to her, and she said, we showing an unusual transaction on your account. I said, yeah. I said, I just got through talking to one of your staff members, and he was telling me that someone's trying to take money from my account out of Miami. She said, no. She said, no, you're wiring money. I said, no, I'm not wiring money. I'm supposed to be getting money back. And I told her the story. So she said they had already blocked the account where the money wasn't going anywhere until they confirmed with me that I was actually making that transaction. And I said, yeah, I was making it, but it was a fraud. He was trying to take my money, So, y'all, I'm so grateful that that I kind of had a little intuition to kind of be watchful with that. So, but y'all be careful. Someone calling y'all with that kind of transaction saying that a fraud is going on, and someone trying to get money from another state from you where you located. I said I'm in Louisiana. He was like, well, they in Miami, Florida, trying to get your money, and we need to stop them or whatever. But he was taking it. Yeah. He had me to give him my money. So bank fraud is real. I almost got it yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday. It happened to me yesterday at 1:50 p.m. where I'm talking to this guy and I'm transferring my money to his account. He said from Wells Fargo, so it was a fraud. Thank goodness that, like I say, that Wells Fargo had put a hold on that. They didn't release that money because they had to make sure I was releasing that money. So y'all be careful. Tell your family, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. This happened to me, and it can happen to anyone. But I didn't lose my money. The good part about it, when I did contact my Wells Fargo and talk to them, I didn't lose any money. All right, family, so you all take care. Y'all be blessed. This is Daddy Simple Me Journey. Bank fraud is real. Don't be a victim. Call them on the back of your card before you give any information. Hey, let me call you back, sir. What's your name and your number? But don't call the number they give you. Call what's on the back of your card to make sure. All right, family, this is Daddy Simple Journey. You guys have an awesome, blessed weekend. Today is Friday. I'm getting ready to go to Alexandria. I got to go and return my my snake boots. I'm going to get a size 8. And got to run a couple of errands there in Alexandria. So you all be blessed. Have an awesome, blessed weekend. I am going to too. Bye-bye, family. See y'all later.